Hello, Super Saiyan Magentas and Super Saiyan Golds. Welcome back to HJC Games. You got Hayden on the line, and he's got something super cool for you today. We have got a Vermilion Bloodline Dragon Ball Super card opening. We also have the Lava Glide. That's the playmat we've chosen to guide us through this. But let's just hop right into this, and it's the first one for the channel. I'm really excited. You know, I've been playing Dragon Ball Super more lately. So far, I've only gotten in, 5 or 6 games. It's kind of, I'm going to be honest with you, it's kind of hard to play Dragon Ball Super during COVID-19. You know, can't really go to the game store. Can't really play with a bunch of my friends in person. So we've been using Untap.in. And Untap works. I don't really know how it's legal, if I'm going to be honest with you. But it works. But it's kind of a pain, and it kind of slows things down. So I've only gotten about 5 games in. But let me tell you this. I've really enjoyed those 5 games. So let's just hop right into some cards. We'll get into the gist. I got some things to chat about with DBS. Okay, so up front we have 3 uncommons, and there's no uncommons of any value in here. Not even this guy. Broly, the Awakened Demon. Cool. It's a leader card. Ooh, look at that. Still absolutely worthless. Nataron Shinron, that is... Oh, this reminds me of my hamster. This is what my hamster used to... Yeah, we fed him too much, and he grew up like this, and... Whew, dangerous. Dangerous. I love poutine. Tardo. The Demonic Elite Four. Sun Gohan. Is it the Elite Four from Pokemon? Wait a second. Are we crossing streams here? I didn't say we could cross streams. This is a common leader? This is a common leader. This is a back SSB Gogeta, Prophet of Demise. I swear I've seen this show and I know all of these names. This is the front. Look at that. Very cool. Paragus Oath of Vengeance. Broly. Is this the... No, this isn't the last one. I didn't know there were foils. Because this is an uncommon. This is a foil uncommon. I did not know there were... So we opened I've opened a Giant Force Draft Box 6. Didn't know there were any uncommons in it. This is Gogeta Fusion of the Gods, not what we are looking for here. This is a rare. You can see the rarity down here. Okay, cool. First pack in the bag. Already got ourselves a foil. Let's straighten up and let's talk. So yeah, this game is very fun to play. Once you get Untap set up, and I recommend, building your decks on Shinron's Lair, because you can actually import them straight into Untap from there, which is sweet. Once you've got Untap set up and you've figured out how it works and whatnot, you can absolutely play Dragon Ball Super on it. See, that's the guy from the cover. It's the guy from the cover. Look at him. It's the guy on life support. The big baddie on life support. But yeah, once you've got it all set up, I mean, it is super manual because, Untap is not a way to play Dragon Ball Super. Untap is a simulator for, cards. Like, literally, that's what Untap is. It is, if you were like... Okay, so we got two foils. Is it a foil per pack? Because it wasn't a foil per pack in the draft, obviously. God, that's gorgeous foiling. Huge fan of that. Wow. Rare off the bat, Mighty Strike, Prince of Destruction, Vegeta. I think there are some good rares in here. We're obviously mostly looking for secret rares and some unison cards. But yeah, once you have Untap set up, you can start playing. Untap is basically just it's like Tabletop Simulator, but for cards only. Simulates you having a hand, you having a deck, a battlefield, a graveyard, everything you need. So, absolutely workable, for sure. Sorry, this one will be a little bit slower as I really get the hang of all of this. It's Vegeta in his rain suit, Super Saiyan Vegeta, going out to the store in the rain. So yeah, it looks like this is a foil per pack. What do we have here? We've got a rare. We've got SS Bardock. The Tenacious. I'll start putting my foils over there. Start throwing the trash on the ground, like we always do. So now that we've been playing Dragon Ball Super, I'm going to be honest with you, we have used a different rule set each time. This is one thing I don't love about Dragon Ball Super is the rules and everything, especially since there's no online client. It can be kind of hard to suss out, so many leaders. You have so many things that are, different. For example, you cannot combo when you're defending and your Unison Warrior is being attacked. I learned that last night. We've been doing that the entire time. I don't think this is worth anything. This is a rare, which is not what we want to see. What is going on here? Krillin, moments before comeback. Oh, God, Krillin. You gonna be okay, buddy? But that's okay. You know, that's the beautiful thing about card games. It takes you back to kitchen table magic, where it's like, yeah, the rules may not have been correct, but we were having fun, and that's the main thing that matters. So one thing I'm seeing different between this and the draft box is there's so many leaders, and I'm getting so many of them. We opened 24 packs, sweet, and we got 0 leaders in the draft box. I've opened like 4 packs. I've gotten like 6 leaders so far. So I think that, yep, see, here's another leader. So I think that's something that's different between the two of them, the two types of products. Majin Buu, oh, I thought that said looking for a friend. Majin Buu, this Majin Buu doesn't look for friends. The other one does. SS4 Son Goku, Energy Annihilator. Look at that. Not what we want. But even with us getting the rules wrong, I still have a lot of fun playing the game. And, you know, when you get the rules wrong, it means every time you play the game, it is completely different. Yep, that's pretty cool. Just so you guys know, there's no valuable commons or uncommons in here whatsoever. Nothing I would actually care about. Baby, Spirit of the Tuffles. He loves his mushrooms. He loves his truffles. Look how handsome he is. So handsome. And then SS4 Goku, Guardian of History, and then another rare. Vegeta. Let's check out the foiling on this. Very pretty. Is it not foiled on the back? It's actually not foiled on the back. Interesting. But why? Because this is unrelated to this, but one thing I've noticed about Zendikar Rising foils is the double-sided foils don't curl. Because they have like an equal amount of foiling on the front and back, it's almost like they kind of cancel out, and you get these perfect foil cards, and it's actually really cool. They're super, super beautiful. They're super playable. It's amazing. So I feel like not foiling the back of a card when you could have is a wasted opportunity. So, you know, it is what it is, though. Vegeta Disciplined Warrior. It's been a while since we've done a big box opening. Oh, that was a rare. So this is a foil rare. Vegeta Disciplined Warrior. I don't know if this is worth anything. Your leader's blue. And this card's used in combo. Gets 10,000 combo power for the power. Then you may choose one card in your hand and place it at the bottom of your deck. Okay, cool. This is Planet Vampa. I've actually never seen a field in person. Cool, I guess that's where Brawly's fun. You know, other things I've been noticing about the game is the color system. I'm trying to really map one-to-one what the color identities look like there as we play, so I can sort of not necessarily figure out how to build decks. I'm definitely still net decking. I have some basic idea of a few archetypes, like you've got Dragon Ball, you've got Saiyan Control, and things like that. But I'm definitely nowhere close to building. But the colors can certainly help me figure out, you know, what the goal of any deck I net deck is. So I really like kind of figuring out the setup there. And it's kind of been challenging. For example, like, I know blue is very controlling and very rampy. I'm bouncing a lot of cards, I'm countering a lot of things, I am getting a bunch of energy so I can do this, and I'm getting a bunch of Force of Will style effects where I can counter for free. So I got blue on point. Yellow, I don't fully know yet. Oh, cool. This might be worth something. A foil Planet Vampa, followed by an SS3 Vegito. This is a Unison card, but this is not the Unison card we want. We want Baby Unknown Parasite. That's okay. We have 15 more packs. So yeah, so yellow I haven't really figured out yet. It looks like green is kind of like black in Magic, where you've got a bunch of removal and, well, mostly removal, because you also have a bunch of fatties too. It's kind of like if black-green was rolled into one color. Oh, I forgot about the little ghost, the explodey ghost. That's cool. Oh, remember those? Folks remember those growing up? They'd hook on you and then they'd explode. Very, very cool. Foiling is great. This card is garbage. Secret rare. Or special rare. Is this the good one? I don't know. I don't know if this is the good one. SS4 Son Goku, Conqueror of Evil. It might be. I hope so. Man, do I ever. Put this up here. We will find out in post, folks. But anyway, going back to colors, green is sort of like black and green together is what I've been able to tell. Black is obviously artifacts, and I haven't really... It seems like there's a bunch of things that care about, like, you know, powerless black cards being in your graveyard, or just black cards being in your graveyard, things like Dark Overrealm. That's kind of what I've picked up on black there. And red is the one I'm the least confused about. This character is awesome. His name is Gravy. And this is a worthless card, but that's incredible. Another secret rare? Okay, so one of these I'm actually pretty sure is like one of the chase rares for the set. It's one of these two. I'm almost positive that... Oh, I bet you it's this one, because this one is already foiled. Yeah, this is the secret rare. I think this is like a $60 to $100 card. If I'm remembering correctly, this is like a $60 to $100 card. Or maybe it's not. I don't know, guys and gals and pals. I'm trying to remember. I literally just looked these cards up. Don't remember. Outside the Brolys and the baby Hatchie Hacks. We will find out, though. Hopefully we're looking good. But yeah, red's been the one I haven't really been able to figure out. And I think it's because we haven't really played any good red decks or any red decks that seem to have synergy in them. I've heard that red is aggro on Reddit. That's an uncommon. It's a regular rare. Oh, this is like a corrupt Bulma. Okay. I've heard that, yeah, red is aggro on like Reddit, but I haven't really seen how that plays out in the cards, you know? I guess there's some power pumping and stuff in there, which is, that makes sense as being aggressive, but that's kind of about all I've noticed. So right now, I think like the color pie feels like Magic's early color pie, where this is your first, no wonder you're a bad guy, dude. If that's your first and best friend, yeah, you're gonna be a bad guy. That's an uncommon, and we have another rare, Deborah Dark Gamut. Poor Broly. But it feels like early Magic's color design, where they have some idea of where they're going, but they're not entirely sure, and they're making a lot of breaks, and they're just kind of, you know, doing what fits, and what makes sense, and what plays well. Excuse me if there's some mic issues there. I was adjusting, which I think is fine. You know, I absolutely think that Magic, you know, has better defined the color pie over the years, and I mean, recently you could say they've probably broken this. SS3 Vegeta, Unstoppable Evolution. But at the end of the day, even though the color pie gets broken and whatnot, it's a useful tool. It's a useful model for thinking about decks from a high level, from really analyzing them and kind of figuring out what they might be doing and how you might construct them. So I do think adding colors is a very good thing for this game. I think that was a smart move, and I'm really interested to see how they kind of cement the color identities over time. Oh, Garlic Jr., forgot about him. That'll be an interesting thing to see. Ooh, that's pretty too. Kale, Savage Berserker. I don't think that this is not the Unison Warrior we're looking for. We really want that baby Unknown Parasite. Okay, the cards. Let's talk about the cards themselves. We got the cards in front of us. This is sort of like a review as a Magic player, and this is a great example. This card is actually quite busy. Sun Gohan and Higher Dragon Flying High. That's a very intense name. There's tons of keywords on here. Like if this card would die, warp it instead. All of your yellow skillless battle cards with energy cost of 1 get 5,000 power and activate main. Like there's a lot going on here. This is really, really dense and really thick. And I have had multiple of my friends kind of struggle with that. The cards are really hard for them to gather at a glance, especially compared to something like Magic. Which, I mean, they're certainly much more used to playing Magic. We play Magic the most. Oh, okay. Okay, this is the $100 card, right? Is it? Folks, I'm either getting a bunch of like $2 to $5 cards, or I'm just balling out of control with these secret rares. And we'll have to find out in post. I wish my memory was a little bit better. If there are some very real cards at that price. But anyway, yeah, the busy cards are making it kind of hard for some of us to adapt. Like this card is fine, but another issue that you'll have here is, let's see if I can find a good one, is the art. See, this is, that's actually not the worst example I've ever seen. Neither is that. Is it a rare? That is a rare. This is Vegeta, the Prince Strikes Back, then a regular rare behind it. Supernatron, Shinron, Pan-Absorb. This is when my gerbil ate my sister and turned into a dragon. That was a terrible episode for my family. Like, that saga lasted weeks and weeks and weeks while we tried to get the Olivia out of my gerbil. Oh my god, what a nightmare. I still remember it to this day. Can I just do... Oh my... I feel... I can't really compare this to something else. It's as if I have been using a knife the wrong way my entire life and I just learned how to use it. That's really useful. I'm sure there are some of you watching who have been cringing as I open these packs the wrong and the worst way possible. But we've got that solved for you now. Final explosion. I remember this Vegeta. This is evil Vegeta. He's been corrupted. Poor guy. Outside of the busy cards, though, untap doesn't, make things easier. Let's see if I can find a busy art one, though. I should be looking for that. Because this set has actually been really good about them. Some of them have issues where, like, the art really kind of bleeds into a lot more of what the card's doing. And I think they've actually solved this with this set. Because I think older sets don't have that, like, white text box. Which helps. It just does. It helps a lot. Is this a rare? No, it's coming. And what do we have here? Yeah, this I don't think is worth anything. Gotink's Earth-Shattering Might. But this is a good example of what I mean by the art. See, this art, it spills all over the place. This blue kind of energy and everything. It's crazy. And it makes analyzing and reading the cards a lot harder, just to be totally and completely honest with you. And that's something my friends I've been playing with have struggled as well. Untap has also been a struggle, The keyboard shortcuts don't work sometimes. The turn stuff is kind of weird and janky, setting up decks and importing decks. The other day, we imported a deck from Untap, and it just imported the wrong Ginyu leader for my buddies, and we did not... So yeah, you get tons of secret rares and super rares, but which ones you get that are valuable, who knows. But yeah, this is another example of a really busy card. There's a lot going on here. This is kind of hard to read. You combine this with Untap, which Untap also doesn't show you these things, like the characters and the types and everything. It also doesn't list out any of this stuff. So you have to, parse through, 4 packs left. So you have to parse through all of these card images that are, kind of small. And it really, really complicates things. But it's still playable, and we're going to still keep playing it. I'm going to force it on my friends who may be struggling with the game and figuring it out. And we'll get to, a good spot. Sold Poutine. Ooh, okay, so this is... a special rare. What is the difference between SR and SPR? SS4 Son Goku, Protector of the Earth. Okay. There's another Unison Warrior. We got to do more research before we open these packs, folks. That's what I'm learning here. But outside of Untap In, the other thing I've been really interested in is the market and the prices for this. So, I guess that kind of... you know what? I'll close on gameplay first. So... I think this game is very complex, which to me makes it very, very fun. I think that does make it way, way, way harder to learn. Foil rare. That does make it way, way, way... Really? This is a rare? Just, okay. Okay. I have a lot more to learn about this game. I think the complexity makes the game very fun to learn and very hard to learn, but very fun to play. And especially the lack of an online client really kind of amplifies this. Because you have Arena, and while Magic can be complex, Arena will guide you through it. Arena will kind of prevent you from making any sort of mistakes or anything like that, playing anything illegal. It will prevent you from, for example, comboing when you're defending on a Unison Warrior. So that's, contributes to the learning curve. But overall, I think it's a game that is worth it. Once you learn it and once you start playing it, there's so much depth here. There's so many interactions. There's so many choices you can constantly make that I really, really like the game. I think it's super fun. The other thing I want to talk about really quick is the community and the marketplace. The community definitely exists. Shinron's Lair is a pretty active site. There's tons of decks on there. They're less filtered than, you'd probably want. So it seems like the community is rather active. It's obviously not Magic. I'd love a Scryfall equivalent. I'd love MTG Goldfish equivalent to exist. But it is what it is. But the prices on these cards are actually surprising. There are tons and tons of cards that are multiple dollars, 10, 15, 5, all sorts of stuff. And it almost makes me wonder, does the Dragon Ball Super community hate opening packs and they just buy singles? So singles are always really expensive? None of the super special, ultimate, amazing rares we wanted to see. Because we didn't get the Broly, we didn't get the Baby Hatchy Hack, the super big Broly. We'll have to see if this box paid for itself. See, this card is beautiful. But this is also interesting because look, this text is just red, which makes sense. They had to make the text red for this to be readable, but this is where things get off the rails. You know, they've gone full art here, and I generally love full art. I think full art is a great treatment. But they've gone full art with this really flashy, really kind of, you know, there's a lot of contrast in this. It's also a very dark card. So they've gone full art with something that's kind of hard to read to begin with. And to make it readable, they had to shove all this white with red outline text on it. I just don't know how I feel about that. I mean, this card is readable. I guess I'm okay with this because this card is readable and I think it does look gorgeous. I actually really like this in person. I think it looks a little bit better in person than off camera. It definitely does. But it feels busy. It feels hard to read. It feels hard to process at a glance. I know it's not. I can process it kind of quickly, but I get that this is why the learning curve for this game is so steep. But yeah, just closing up on the market. The market seems very real for this. With our Giant Force draft box, I opened about 6 to 10 cards that were worth money. They paid for the actual draft box. That's not filmed, unfortunately. And I listed those. And that was about a week or so ago. And in that week, I've already sold 2 of the most expensive cards. There's a $30 card and a $15 card, which for the amount of cards I have listed, for how long that's been, that's actually quite quick. I sold the $30 card almost a couple days after it was listed. And when I compare this to Magic, you know, I list $20, $30 cards all the time, and sometimes they take months to sell. So it seems like the market here is very, very real and very active. So that gives me good hope. Like, this was a very fun box opening. There's a lot happening here. There's a lot of foil. There's a lot of flash. There's a lot of substance here, which is very, very cool. And since there's a lot of value, it also makes this a very fun box opening. Let's go through all of our super awesome cards one last time. So there will probably be more Dragon Ball Super. I'll definitely be playing more Dragon Ball Super. I'm really enjoying playing the game and the complexity and learning it, even if I play it wrong with the rules every single time. But yeah, this was a slower box opening than future Dragon Ball Super box openings will be, simply because, you know, it's a completely brand new card game. Had a lot to talk about. Hopefully was able to keep you fine guys, gals, and non-binary pals interested. But that's where I'm going to wrap up. As always, you can buy these cards on hjc.cards. I'll take you to my TCG player. Or you can look for HGC cards on eBay. You'll find us there too. But I just want to wish all of you good night. And, you know, be good to one another. Be good to one another. Be Super Saiyans to one another, you know? If your Gohan is in trouble, you should be the Goku. You should be the Goku.